going on YouTube? How is everybody today? Good to hear. So today we're going to talk about this record that came off the Ghostly International label, which is a record label that rarely disappoints me. It's by this artist known as The Sight Below. The name of the album is Glider. It was released in 2008. There's not a lot of known about the identity of the guy in Glider. We know it's a solo project, we know it's by a guy from Seattle, Washington, and we know that when he's making an album, he records all his songs live, so I guess there's no like edits or anything like that live. What you get on Glider is 9 songs and 49 minutes worth of very ethereal sounding, experimental ambient music. It's almost minimal. The Sight Below, what he does to make this music is he just has his laptop and a guitar, and he'll either do some like finger picking, or he'll get out his ebow and just move that across the strings, and he'll put that through various forms of like digital manipulation. He'll loop it, echo it, reverb it, delays. It's all processed guitar, processed so much that it's not even recognizable that it is a guitar really. It sounds very much so like almost like chimes. The music on here is very light and airy. I'd say it's almost like the musical equivalent to like, you know, like wind patterns, because all the sounds come in and out and like circulate, they swirl, there's little like microscopic little hurricanes of sound. It's all very airy. Very much so reminds me of just like floating around and getting like a view of like the tops of mountains like you'd get on the cover art, just looking down on that kind of stuff. A lot of other reviewers online are saying how wintry and cold and like barren this album is. And I wouldn't say it's like cold or barren, maybe a little, but I know it's very expansive and the sounds are very sparse, but he does produce like a few walls of like sound and like tones on here. There's lots of gradual changes. It's like a very glacial album in that it's very slow moving, but it does move, it does progress. The songs never meander on for so long that they get aimless, or it seems like he's just kind of, you know, taking you for a little ride. It's all very kind of concise sounding. The songs clock in around like 6 minutes each, so they never go on so long that you get tired of it. All the songs on here kind of revisit the same idea though, but he does like rearrange his ideas and presents them in a way that it sounds like refreshing each time and never gets redundant or repetitive. Something that each song has on here, well, almost each song, I can't say each song does, but a lot of the songs in here have this like 4/4 kind of heartbeat pulse drum beat that's very muffled, very murky sounding. Like here it is. Each song has always got the same speed, it's always got the same rhythm, but it'll come in like different shapes and sounds, but it's always there, and it'll always have this kind of ethereal kind of sound that's coming from his guitar going on. It's very airy, very light. It's like very, like it's a breath, like it's breathing. I also read online that Thom Yorke from Radiohead is also a fan of this, so if that means anything to you, you can take that as you will. But yeah, Sight Below, he does a very good job making this kind of music, this kind of sound, but he's not, you know, the first guy to do this. He's not like inventing the wheel here. Like there's already artists like Chatone and like Lossell and Tim Ecker, a bunch of other guys who make this music too, but he does a good job of presenting this sound, and since he performs it live, it keeps it kind of fresh. Like you never know what's going to happen. There's a slight degree of spontaneity here, right? But yeah, very listenable, I found it very engaging. I enjoyed how the sound really like envelops the listener and stuff, and you can just kind of chill out to it. Sounds wash in and out of existence. Not much in the way of artwork on the inside though, just like a track listing. Ghostly International symbol. It's got a quote there. It says, "In the depth of winter I finally learned that there was in me an invincible summer." And we all know what that means. It's when you're in the wintertime and you have a summer inside you, right? But yeah, Ghostly International is a great record label. They have a lot of artists. Every artist I get off there, I always enjoy them. I always appreciate the music they make. I heard this one guy on there, Diastro, wasn't that good, but I don't own his albums. I do own albums by like Lossel and Dabbery and Tad Mullenix, Audion, Matthew Deere, Solvent, School of Seven Bells is kind of, but yeah, Ghostly International for the most part, really, really good record label. It's a 2008 album by The Sight Below called Glider. Really enjoyed it. Very glacial, very all-encompassing music, very slow-moving, very chill, very good. Sight Below.